Welcome back to the Round League Championship. We got the men's finals on our hand between Hooper's Hoop and in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr. I'm Julian with my co-host Sam. Sam, how's it going?
I'm doing fantastic, Julian. We're at the place to be. I'm excited to see this matchup. I've got about a half a Mountain Dew Code Red left, and I'm going to need it. This is going to be a great game. We saw each of these teams' semifinal wins, and I think we've got the right two teams in the championship.
And here we have for Hooper's Hoop, our starters are Trey Eisenhut, point guard out of Vancouver, University of Alaska Fairbanks, Desmond Jones, number 3 from Phoenix, Arizona, Waylon Baptist, Isaiah Denson from Portland State, Jordan Jenkins from Willamette University, and Robin Smolders from University of Portland. They are going to be in black in memory of Eddie Barnett, in white with Marquise Hall from Lehigh University, Earl Jones from Warner Pacific, Webb Moreland from Warner Pack, Bryson Hampton from UC Riverside, and Tyler West from University of Minnesota. Denson gets the layup. And here, both teams love to push the pace. We saw Hooper's Hoop with the win on Monday. Last night, in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr., was lighting it up in their win. Denson trying to get it going early.
Smelder is a good 6'10", tallest guy on the floor. It is not typical for in memory of Eddie Barnett to be at a size disadvantage, but that's the case they find themselves in tonight.
Here we have Eisenhut taking up the ball, who had a great game on Monday, along with teammate Desmond Jones. And you have Webb Moreland and Jordan Jenkins fighting down in the post.
Yeah, this is going to be a matchup to watch between these two. Similar size, similar athletic ability. Webb Moreland already let Jordan Jenkins know what he thinks. Something he is not shy about doing, if you've seen in memory of Eddie Barnett play before.
Marquise Hall with a great start early. Trey Eisenhut for 2 to get it going. Hooper's up 4-0.
Excellent job running the floor by Trey Eisenhut. You've heard of 6-packs. Trey Eisenhut has about a 12-pack. The dude is in good shape.
Moreland continuing to stay active from last night, letting them know early, trying to play a little bit of a head game.
I do think he has a point, but that is a sign of what is to come if we are arguing with officials 80 seconds into a 2-0 or a 4-0 ball game, rather.
Scotty Taylor up and under. Can't get it to fall.
I like Taylor's game. I wish he was wearing the same shorts that he had on Monday or last night, rather, in memory of Eddie Barnett's semifinal win over Trillist.
No. And if you were
a game that was billed as chippy, and it was.
Jordan Jenkins trying to get it going. And if you watched the women's game before, they played an amazing game, played through it, weren't talking a lot to the refs after some missed calls, and you can see the men's have already picked that up early.
Yes, they are apparently trying to make up for the lack of discussion with the officials during the women's game. They get a look for Smelders. He's got a mismatch down low.
Yeah, miscommunication on defense there. Smelders standing at 6'10", guarded on that possession by Earl Jones, who stands 5'8".
Credit Jones, who did pick up the foul for at least not allowing an easy bucket.
Jenkins and Moreland again battling in the post, letting them play.
Moreland wanting the travel call despite some pretty apparent contact there.
Moreland, number 14 for in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr., definitely is the energy catalyst there. Picks up a foul early. Hopefully that trend doesn't continue and can kind of keep himself in the game and avoid foul trouble.
Yeah, he's going to have to find the balance. I think the officials are plenty willing to let these guys be physical, especially Moreland and Jenkins in the post, but that a little bit too much.
Jenkins continuing the trend of the game from Monday night at the free throw line. Very easy for him to find himself there and get a couple free points.
I don't have the exact number of free throws he took back on Monday, but it was an awful lot. I can confirm that much.
Marquise Hall, Isaiah Denson matchup. Moreland for 3. Comes up a little short.
We've got the sound effects in full going for Moreland.
And again, if you're tuning in and you've watched games before, we are playing at Viking Pavilion for the championship here. Eisenhut gets the 3, and Memory of calls the timeout. We are playing on a slightly larger, full-size court here with a little bit more depth behind the backboard, so it does take a little bit of adjustment if you're used to playing at the Round Ball HQ, as in Memory of takes a timeout. And here we're back after the Memory of Eddie Barnett Jr. timeout. We have Hooper's Hoop up 9-3. Hooper's Hoop in black in memory of Eddie Barnett in white.
Trey Eisenhut leading the way early. He's already got 5 points. Tyler West the only bucket for in memory of Eddie Barnett. I thought a good early timeout. Julian, as you talk about these games, these championship games being played on a larger court than Round League headquarters. It's also a little bit longer shot clock, and 25-minute running clock has instead of 23.
Desmond Jones, notable shooter, trying to get his touch early, pulling up from the logo.
Yeah, these hoops being a little further from a wall is an adjustment for shooters, but confident guys like Eisenhut and Jones will be able to make that adjustment. 2 elite shooters. Maybe the 2 best three-point shooters in this tournament. They're on the same team. Here we see Moreland wave off a substitution.
As Eisenhut brings up court to Smolders, doing a little bit of post work on the undersized Moreland in the matchup. Smolder gets it to go. Scotty Taylor using that speed to get to the rack, gets the board. Third time, can't get it to fall, but grabs a foul.
Taylor doing yeoman's work on the offensive glass. He likes to attack the rim. Frustrating with both Jenkins and Smelders out there if you're Hooper's Hoop to be giving out offensive rebounds to the guy who's listed it. They do not have Taylor's height listed. I would guess around 6 foot, 6'1" or so, maybe a little taller, but certainly not the size of Hooper's Hoop's 2 beasts down low. Xavier Taylor in the game for the first time.
Taylor, a very energetic player, showed that on Tuesday night. A little bit of a spurt for in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr.
Yeah, it can be kind of a microwave guy offensively off the bench. He'll come in looking for his own shot, giving Webb Moreland his first rest.
Jordan Jenkins with Tyler West Jr. on the matchup.
Look at Taylor trying to be physical with the much taller Smelders down low. He's not backing down at all. Not with hardware on the line tonight.
Into Smolders to use that height advantage. Marquise Hall of Lehigh University taking it up to Tyler West Jr. in rhythm. Can't get it to fall. Jenkins bringing it up court.
Well, not unlike our women's championship with Ani's PDX, Carolyn Swords. We saw Flavortown trying to collapse on her and just try to deny her from getting the ball whenever they could. We're seeing, in memory of Eddie Barnett, do a similar thing with Smelders.
Hall with a great find on the cutting Scotty Taylor there to get a little bit more offensive rhythm.
Great basketball there with Taylor running right for the rim in transition and Hall setting them up.
Ooh, another roll. Smelders with a soft touch at the rim.
He does have incredibly soft touch. The rim doesn't even seem to be bothered.
And again,
Smelders lay-ins.
As we mentioned, playing on a slightly bigger court, so defensive communication is a big priority here. As you slack 1 or 2 more steps here, you open up a lane for a layup like that.
Isaiah Denson with the ball, another dead-eye shooter. Goes for the step back there.
Earl Jones catches it, steps in, and over the board.
Not a lot of guys bashful to get their shot. on this game. Mike Sang into the game for the first time for Hooper's Hoop.
Dom Easterling also checking in here for Hooper's Hoop. And then for, in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr., we have Darius Strickland checking in as well.
Sang wasting no time in getting his first shot up. Another guy not bashful about it. In the warm-ups, we saw Dom Easterly get up a little bit. I'm excited to see if he gets a breakaway chance in this one. Taylor with the turnover.
Eisenhut might got away with a kick ball there.
Yeah, I think that's what Taylor was trying to demonstrate, it looks like. Bryson Hampton checking in for in memory of Eddie Barnett. He'll defend Jenkins, provide some size down low as well. Listed at 6'8".
Yeah.
Webb Moreland also back on the floor. Picked up an early personal foul, still sitting at 1.
Jenkins trying to get a little motion here with the screen from Sang. Gets the foul on Darius Strickland for and one. Back to the free throw line. Jenkins goes.
That's just great set action. You go Jenkins, the little top of the key foul line area screen, let turn the corner, even go into his offhand. Strickland went for the swipe, but Jenkins too strong around the rim. That's going to be an and one every time. And Strickland, a well-known Portland area basketball referee himself, but choosing not to sympathize with the officials when the calls don't go his way, nor would I.
Moreland trying to use his speed and drive around the corner there, gets met by Dom Easterling for the foul. And Hooper's Hoop is playing with a good mixture of transition, but also using the space on the court during their offensive sets.
Yeah, I think all these teams, in general, would love to push it, but they're both very comfortable being in the half court as well.
We have a great matchup here up top between point guards Isaiah Denson and Marquise Hall.
Hall played at Lehigh alongside C.J. McCollum, a name a lot of Portland basketball fans certainly know. Nice dump off there from Moreland.
And Isaiah Denson, local legend, played at PSU, back on his home court.
Jenkins stepping out.
Gets it to fall.
You've seen him score at the rim now from 3. Hooper's Hoop with an early 10-point lead.
Slips from Moreland. Xavier Taylor saves it. Over to Strickland.
Physical screen there by Webb Moreland.
Good movement, good action. Hall to Strickland for 3. 7-point game. Hooper's Hoop up.
Strickland a deadly spot-up guy. We'll see if Hampton can make things a little tougher down low for Jenkins. We're already seeing him step out and try the threes more. They'll live with that shot over him shooting at the rim every time.
And the rare occasion you see for IMO here is IMO does have a coach on their bench tonight. Did not have that last night in their victory.
This is championship night. They're bringing out all the stops.
Marquise Hall brings it up. Looking to get a little action again. Start with that high screen. Strickland, heat check.
Spot halfway down. He'll keep shooting.
Ooh, Denson in the lane. Saying it touched Moreland. Saying it touched Moreland on the baseline as we go to timeout here.
Looks like Hooper's Hoop's calling a timeout, letting things calm down just a little bit.
And here we're back from the timeout. More t-shirts being thrown. Families, friends, former players having a good time in the stands, seeing some Blazers jerseys.
Find a better ratio of free t-shirts thrown into the crowd versus total spectators than you will at the Round League Championships at Viking Pavilion. You missed out if you didn't make it out. I'll say that.
It is a special event here in the men's championship between Hooper's Hoop and in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr. Jenkins gets a soft touch there off the baby hook.
Yeah, they put West back on him. Tyler West a legit 6'6", 6'7", but Jenkins an inch or two on him. I would stick with Hampton on Jenkins in the low post. Not in the game right now. Mismatch for West, so the double comes.
Again, playing inside out. Foul on the ground by Eisenhut.
Nice job of cutting off the entry pass there by Moreland, knowing the double team on West was probably coming. They just didn't find him.
The top of the key. Moreland gets his board, gets it to fall. Really does enjoy trying to bang his way into the paint.
Yeah, I think he prefers the contact. I feel like you probably could have given him a whistle there, but Moreland not endearing himself with officials early on. That was a great take, though. Nice answer as well.
Pretty spin cycle with the left-hand finish by Isaiah Denson. Marquise Hall matches, gets it to an open West in the corner.
That's his spot. Missed that time.
And easy rebound, easy putback for Marquise Hall. 7-point game here.
Strickland with the deflection. Jones the steal. He finds West running the floor. Look out. Goes to the finger roll.
Confirms the finish there. You know there's a thought process in his mind that said, maybe I rise up.
I think he thought about it, realized maybe he took off about a half step too far away. I am not at all speaking from personal knowledge, of course, on the subject of dunking. It's strictly what I've observed in others. But West certainly the ability to go out and get one. Another turnover forced by a memory of Eddie Barnett.
Finds West cutting up and under for the reverse.
Nice little seal screen there by Moreland. Not allowing Denson to try and contest that lay-in.
As you can see, after the short warm-up, these players definitely got a feel for the game and the size of the gym here, as we're getting a little bit more of a scoring flurry.
Yeah, kind of like a 12-round boxing match. It seems like the feel-out session is just about over, and we're seeing more shots start to follow. The guys getting out in the open court a little bit quicker.
And surprisingly, here we are already in bonus free throws. Jordan Jenkins at the line.
Reggie Guyton in the game for a memory of Eddie Barnett out of Oral Roberts, a Portland, Oregon native. Low-key another guy who may be one of the better three-point shooters in this entire tournament.
And here we got Desmond Jones checking in for Hooper's Hoop as well. Still looking to put his mark on the game.
How did that not drop for Jenkins?
Guyton coming up court. Another foul again. Men's team's being a little bit more vocal of officiating tonight.
Tyler West making the signal that it's a 1-and-1. I don't know that the officials were asking for his help there.
Smelder back into the game for Dom Easterling.
Another sign it's championship night. In the semifinal win for Hooper's Hoop, the minute shifts of Smelders were much shorter. As West again at the rim.
Just a good fundamental dribble pump fake to the rack up and under.
West a very good player. Played professionally this past season in the TBL for the Salem Capitals.
Isaiah Denson with the floater through the lane.
This is turning into a bit of a track meet. Strickland wanted to go up with that.
Earl Jones Jenkins gets the shot up. Can't get it to fall.
This board in traffic from Smelders there, even if he loses his balance a little bit.
Eisenhut sets his feet for the corner three. Guyton with the board.
I believe that's the first miss from the field for Eisenhut.
Scotty Taylor.
Taylor doing what he does, getting into the paint.
Strickland over to Guyton.
No look. As mentioned, Guyton, as dead-eye a shooter as you'll find in the round league. That was a great setup by Strickland on the no-look, too.
Denson with a step back. Can't get the shooter's touch.
Denson looking like he was thinking, I played college ball in this gym. I'm comfy here. I'm going to give my team a step back and try and stop this drought.
He knows the spots here. Now we have a 1-point game. West at the line. As you can see by West's shorts as well, participates in the Portland Pro-Am in the summer, like most of these players tonight.
A hooper in every sense of the word. If there's good basketball to be found in the Portland metro area, there's a decent chance that Tyler West is a part of it.
Here we have a tied game, 25-25 with 7 remaining, in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr. in white and Hooper's Hoop in black.
West has kind of been the spark provider. He's gotten out in the open court and got some easy shots to fall for memory of Eddie Barnett, getting their offense going.
Jenkins trying to get a read.
Nice job by Guyton. That's not going to win any friends on the in memory of Eddie Barnett bench. Trey Eisenhut giving them a look like I was knocked to the floor. I don't know why you're so shocked about that foul call.
A little bit of a circus shot there to get the foul, gets the call, and you can hear the vocal.
Well, Tyler West, one of the cooler heads on the court, I think is reminding his teammates it's a 1-and-1, that he was not granted 3 shots.
And here we have number 10, Jones Casimir, checking in.
Giving Jenkins a rest. They do have Smelders out there, so not going totally small, but not sure that they'll go long with Jenkins out of the game. It's such a close one.
Gets the first one to fall, ties it back up, 6 minutes remaining. You can see Trey Eisenhut in the light blue lamellos.
He went with a different shoe look tonight than we saw back on Monday.
Good lefty touch.
Would kill to have the rotation on Eisenhut's jump shot on mine, just for one day.
Xavier Taylor, blocked by Desmond Jones, followed up by number 27, Scotty Taylor.
Taylor with the finish over the 6'10 Smelders. He's got a very underrated, kind of low-key ability to finish at the rim over larger defenders. It's the free throw as well.
Yeah, good hang time to make a decision. Webb Moreland checking in.
He's got deceptive leaping ability, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah. And you can hear the chants coming in for Hooper's Hoop, number 9, Rich. Rich not feeding into the chants, but maybe a little later.
Rich, of course, listed on the roster strictly as Hooper's Hoop GM. He is the captain, focusing his energy on coaching his guys right now.
Securing the ship, that's the
He
goal.
does have a wet jumper, so we'll see if he wants to get himself out there near the end of this half and get one up.
Denson gets the read over to Jones.
They aren't giving Jones any space. These teams are certainly scouted. They are very familiar with their opponents.
As you may be able to hear, in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr., definitely getting vocally a little bit louder as they've taken the 2-point lead here with 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say momentum currently on their side. Both teams in the bonus, something we did not see this early in the first half of the Women's Championship. It's been a little more physical game.
A great touch by Marquise Hall at the line. Don't want him staying there too long if you're Hooper's Hoop.
Jenkins indeed back in after a very quick rest. He replaces Eisenhut, another guy who hasn't been on the bench much.
Offensive rebound.
Webb Moreland keeping the possession alive.
Marquise Hall from the corner. Scotty Taylor with another board.
Guy again. Taylor doing all his damage at the rim.
Denson coming up. Hooper's Hoop starting to play a little bit more frantic pace as IMO has picked up the defensive intensity that we saw from Tuesday night.
Yeah, both Smelders and Jenkins, both at least 6'8", 6'9" in the game, and yet in memory of Eddie Barnett, able to get multiple offensive rebounds before the Taylor putback. You can bet the physicality will continue to to increase as we get later and later into this game.
And IMO and White is your defending champion, so looking to go back-to-back here against a very talented Hoopers Hoop team. Jones-Casimir from the corner.
Nice box out there by Moreland.
Jones brings it up top, tries to get an offensive set here, and gets touched by the length of Jordan Jenkins.
Yeah. Earl Jones listed at 5'8", and that may be generous. He gets the steal, 3-on-1 break. He doesn't need any help, though.
Smelder gives up on the opportunity, not trying to pick up a foul. Casimir over to Jones.
Nice cross.
There it is.
Jones, I think that's his first look from three. Another candidate for best shooter on the floor here tonight, and there are a lot of them. If he gets going, that would be huge for Hoopers Hoop. Look out for Moreland.
No one picks up Moreland, gets the easy layup. Going back to Jones's three, he caught that on his toes with his heels hanging out of bounds. Great court awareness by Desmond Jones.
Very high IQ. We're starting to see the length of this court become a factor. We're seeing teams struggle to get back defensively a little bit more there. Moreland took advantage. Took it right to the basket.
In addition, the slightly longer half, so all working against these players to show the importance of defensive communication. So those mismatches in this 5-point game are going to add up.
West and Strickland back in. Both teams try to finish this half with a little bit of a push in memory of Eddie Barnett up 5. He is a pest defensively, Earl Jones. He's gotten a number of deflections, a couple of steals. That's a heck of a shot.
Like a little a la Dirk fadeaway there off one leg, spinning against the very scrappy Earl Jones. Hall to Jones, back to Hall.
Jones a deadly three-point shooter, but he's the total package offensively, as she showed you there. You can put it on the deck. He can score on the post as well. Big make from
Tyler West to put them up 6. And again, we talked defensive communication. Denson hit by a blindsided screen to give up that opportunity to find the three-point corner.
Yeah, I think fair to say that in memory of Eddie Barnett being the more vocal team right now, as Hoopers Hoop is trying to hold for the last shot. Shot clock is technically not turned off, but less than a second difference between shot and game clock.
Gets
pick and roll action.
Gets the pick and roll. Smolder with the board. Are they going to count it?
This is going to be a whole discussion.
And I will say, we don't have the replay capability.
We do not have the benefit of replay. I would say that I'll give Webb Moreland, who's joining the officials' meeting as long as he can before he's turned away, credit. I do think that because that first shot didn't hit iron, the shot clock probably did expire before Spelder's putback, but it's going to be hard to reverse that.
And here, we got the replay up top.
They are going to count the basket. Oh, they're putting time back on. Oh, it is half. Excuse me. I'll be quiet now. I'll let Julian handle this.
Welcome back to the second half of the Men's League's Championship Roundball Viking Pavilion. You did miss out on quite a captivating halftime show with halftime half-court shots being made. Winner got a basketball. What are your thoughts on the first half here, Sam?
I think it was exactly what you want in a championship game. It's really anybody's game right now. Two very good, evenly matched teams. The intensity is going to continue to rise. The physicality, all of that. I think this comes down to who plays at the more comfortable pace. If in memory of Eddie Barnett can make this into more of a track meet, get up and down, I think they held on. Cooper's Hoop and keep it in the half court. They've got a great chance to come back from down 4 at the half.
Jordan Jenkins with the contest on Tyler West. Eisenhut trying to get it going here. Again, continuing to push that pace here on the slightly larger court.
Also, these two teams' conditioning is going to be a factor as well. Longer halves, longer court.
Coming out with a much quicker pace here as well.
Denson probably could have been given a carry violation there, which was certainly caught by in memory of Eddie Barnett's bench. Nice finish there.
And again, we have Hooper's Hoop in black down 2 to in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr. in white. Earl Jones with the ball. Moreland trying to bang his way into the post.
That's going up. Well, nice job by Taylor at closing out and forcing Jones to put it on the deck. Ended up getting a tough shot.
Marquise Hall, Moreland, back to Hall. Ooh, beautiful.
Maybe the pass of the night by Marquise Hall. Mentioned he was a Division I guard at Lehigh. Passes like that are the reason why.
On a dime, threaded it on a needle.
Tremendous use of the bounce pass. At times can be an overutilized tool. Not there.
Tyler West catches Jordan Jenkins sleeping. Block.
Eisenhut tried to take the charge. We haven't seen many guys really plant their feet, cover up, and try to take one. Give him credit for the attempt.
And West,
not a guy I would want to get in front of on his way to the basket either.
Yeah, he's been playing with some serious pace. Definitely left his mark on the first half and looking to continue that here in the second.
Yeah, West always a very good player, but he's attacked the rim with an intensity, just a little more intensity than I typically see from him. He's looking like a guy who does not want to pay the entry fee to next round league season. The championship, or the champion of this game, of course, gets free entry into the next round league session.
Jones gets a good look, can't get it to fall. Yeah, West definitely looks like one of the players who definitely appreciates playing on a bigger court and is taking advantage of that in multiple ways.
As we mentioned, he's played basketball at the professional level pretty recently, so something he's maybe a little bit more used to.
We have Earl,
some guys out here.
Earl Jones with the mid-range, gets it to fall over Eisenhut.
That's a fun matchup to watch. Jones and Eisenhut going at each other. Jones loves to take guys one-on-one. He will shoot over anybody.
And Denson finds his way there.
Denson's kind of getting the blinders, and for good reason. He's looking to get into the paint and score every time he touches it right now.
Marquise Hall for 3. Yeah, Hooper's Hoop is just looking for an offensive catalyst that they just haven't quite had.
Might be suffering from a bit of hero ball. Guys are doing it on their own right now, but they're hitting tough shots. That was Eisenhut again.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there for a moment on the matchups.
Eisenhut with a nice rebound in traffic following that. Lead ahead to Jones. He'll try another one.
Comes up short. Gets the board up court.
Little beautiful full court bounce pass in this game.
Smelder
couldn't hit that one.
Smelder with the board. You can see a little bit of the fatigue hitting some of these players as not making all the way back on the offensive possession.
Yeah, we're seeing Smelders and Moreland take more and more time to get up and down the court right now. We're seeing a little bit more and more 4-on-4 stuff with the two bigs being late to join the action.
Denson at the line trying to get some more touch going. Especially as a point guard, it makes you a little bit more dangerous if you have the feel and you're scoring at will to dish out and get a few more opportunities to get the team going as well. 2 for 2 for Denson. Ooh. Catches Jones getting a little complacent down there on the spin.
Taylor just so crafty around the rim again. He's not a guy on this team that gets his number called quite a bit. He scores mostly on cuts and occasionally on post-ups like that one. Spent a lot of time himself at the free throw line tonight.
May not be as colorful shorts as yesterday, but is wearing the pinstripe Blazer shorts.
He's letting his game speak for himself a little bit more in this one. I do like the Blazer shorts.
Jenkins gets to the baseline, gets under.
Moreland looked like he wanted to avoid committing a foul there. Ended up giving up a pretty easy basket. West looking to do it himself.
And here again, 2-point game in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr. up.
Good dribble penetration from Jones.
Ooh, good finish by Moreland there.
Beautiful drive.
Extending the left, using the rim to block the defender. And again, in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr., the reigning champs here, so looking to go back-to-back.
Tough shot from Easterling there. Another rebound for Taylor.
Marquise Hall with a tight handle package. And
trying to do a little too much there. Does earn the whistle.
Gets bailed out there. It's hard to see some guys with hands on the knees, a little bit of that fatigue going as we got 18 minutes left in the second half, which may cause a little bit of problems if it comes down to the wire.
They like that post matchup, Taylor against Jones, especially off the inbounds pass. Couldn't knock it down, though. Yeah, you think you hear just a 2-minute difference per half. That couldn't possibly be too much of a factor. It really can. You start to notice it.
Ooh, Moreland with the no-look, giving the shimmy. Earl Jones with the layup. But in memory of Eddie Barnett, up 6.
Moreland does such a great job of getting a rebound and starting the break himself. Late to find Jones, though.
And they get lucky on that one.
Dodged a bullet that time.
Doesn't miss those too often. Jones, 4 in a row.
He is crafty. He scores so well in the paint for a guy his size. Pushes the lead back to 8 for in memory of Eddie Barnett.
Step back by Denson, comes up short.
Those step backs were falling in the first half, but again, later in the game, the legs get just a little bit heavier.
And again, it isn't a huge difference, but if you're used to playing at the Round Ball HQ on that black 3-point line, and you're coming out here and taking a couple sacks behind the men's college line, it is a bit of a difference in terms of touch as a shooter, along with a little bit more depth behind the hoop here at Viking Pavilion.
Xavier Taylor just into the game for the first time in the second half. Misses a quick corner 3.
Jenkins makes a move but gets pestered on D.
A pick and pop game with Jones and Eisenhut. He gets to switch on to Strickland. He likes that matchup for a reason.
Yeah. Any kids, you're watching at home, mid-range is something you got to put into your bag. Makes you 2 times as deadly on the court.
Eisenhut's so fundamentally sound. Everything's off at 2 feet. Look at him get out ahead of the pack for 2 more.
Finishes with his left.
Excellent full court pass there.
Now we got a 4-point ball game on our hand.
We've talked about how conditioning becomes a factor with the longer court. It's a longer game total. It won't be for Eisenhut. He's in as good a shape as anybody you'll find.
Marquise Hall, the shimmy. Can't get it to finish. And you do have to wonder if some of these players might be strategically pacing themselves, seeing it as a close game.
Yeah, we're seeing some subs come in for both teams, some guys who we haven't seen on the court as much.
We get Mike Sang and Dom Esterling in, and then Bryson Hampton.
Denson to the bench for Hooper's Hoop. He has not seen much time on the bench. That great give and go. Mike Sang, huge bucket off the bench.
Beautifully executed.
He's a very skilled player. Excellent pass from Jenkins as well.
Ooh,
Hall with the answer.
Always consistent play from Hall, all around, scoring from all over the court tonight.
A little bit of a breakdown defensively. 6'8" Bryson Hampton back in for in memory of Eddie Barnett. Unable to stop Jenkins that time. He'll try to slow him down while he's out there.
Strickland from the corner. Off of Jenkins.
Good contest there by Eisenhut. Strickland was saying that was partially blocked by Trey. It may have been.
Number 11, Reggie Guyton in.
Guyton didn't play a ton in that first half, but is just as dangerous a shooter as anybody.
It looks like we might get a
Hall again.
We might get a Rich sighting here.
If you're wondering why the crowd's going wild a little extra, it looks like Rich is about to check in. Eisenhut.
3-point game here.
This is turning into a heavyweight prize fight. These guys are just trading blows. Hall can't answer. Eisenhut with the football pass ahead to Jones. We're a free throw away from a tie game, Julian.
Patrick Mahomes' precision to Jones. Gets a little bit of touch here as a shooter. Exactly what you're looking for. A little bit of layup, maybe a free throw. Hopefully didn't get too banged up there, wincing from some of the contact.
Yeah, Eisenhut doing it all. It's listed at 5'10", 5'11", but acting like a post there, getting high for the defensive rebound and turning and throwing the Kevin Love outlet pass ahead to Jones, who is limping. He's going to come out of the game. May have been banged up on that and one, and here it is.
The people's favorite.
The people's champ, the commissioner of the Round League, listed on the roster simply as Hooper's Hoop GM. He'll defend Guyton.
Guyton gets by for the layup.
In memory of Eddie Barnett, embracing the role of villain, going right at the new guy, the fan favorite. He's in his bag right now. That one didn't go, but he's feeling himself.
Good offensive rebound. And here's a foul. Strickland, the additional ref, arguing the call.
Rich coming into the game, gives up a bucket at one end, but grabs an offensive rebound and draws the foul. Strickland saying he got all ball, that Rich may have lost his footing, is on his own there.
Dom Esterling with the ball. Jones Casimir for three.
Another dangerous three-point shooter himself. He's got great rotation. They haven't been falling for him tonight.
Earl Jones shifting speeds there to catch the defense off guard.
Another thing, I would love to have his hezzy move just for one day. I would spend it all day outside just doing that over and over.
Woo! One of the toughest bank shots to make. Strickland gets it in.
The Jordan shrug. I do not know that Strickland called bank there, but great little flare screen action to free him up.
3 points is 3 points as Eisenhut takes it to the lane, gets fouled, gets to the line. Got ourselves a 6-point game here, about halfway through the second half of the Men's League Championship here at Viking Pavilion.
Going to check back in for a memory of Eddie Barnett. Eisenhut starting to take over a little bit.
Yeah, we kind of
for Hooper's Hoop.
Kind of seen a handoff between Denson and Eisenhut here to give them a little bit of energy and as a scoring catalyst.
Yeah, with both Jones and Denson on the bench, it's Eisenhut that's going to be taking most of the shots from the guard position anyways.
A great offensive rebound from Jones Casimir.
Going for the steal. Here we go. Rich for three. I thought he had it.
Strickland leaks out. Moreland cutting through the lane. Good fake. Gets the roll and touch.
Beautiful head fake to the corner there by Webb Moreland before the finger roll. He's a tremendous player in the open court. Freeman.
Jenkins off the back iron. Pushing numbers. Strickland in rhythm pull.
turning into a track meet once again. Eisenhut comes away with another rebound.
Kept his balance there.
Nice little tap back by Rich. Eisenhut to the rim. Beautiful give and go.
5
Attack and
point.
assist on to Rich's stat line there.
5-point game. 10 minutes to go here. In memory of Eddie Barnett Jr., your reigning champs looking to defend the title here.
Taylor loves to go one-on-one. Defers to Jones here. He's got Jenkins switched on to him. Means somebody's got a mismatch down low, but Rich with the steal and the outlet.
Tries to get the oop, but they make a broken play work, get the layup, timeout in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr. Hoopers Hoop with quite a bit more energy here. We got a game 3-point down, 9 minutes to go as we go into timeout. Back off the timeout here from in memory of Eddie Barnett in white. Hoopers Hoop in black. 3-point game in the men's championship.
Webb Moreland's got it. They're trying to isolate Rich any chance they can.
Sang was showing good helps ID. Moreland gets the board, gets fouled to the line. These fouls are going to start adding up. We got 9.5 to go once you get to that 1-and-1 in bonus in the championship game and a 3-point match so far.
Yeah, with Smelders on the bench for Hoopers Hoop, and then both Moreland and Bryson Hampton in memory of Eddie Barnett. It's one of the few times tonight they've had the larger team on the floor and immediately take advantage of the offensive rebound for Moreland.
Shout out to the child trying to distract Moreland on the free throws there. Can't
We're
quite do
at
it.
that point in the game. There is hardware on the line, and we're under 9 minutes to go. You got to pull out all the stops on Championship Wednesday at Viking Pavilion. This is the matchup we talked about before the game. What a finish. How did he get that one to go?
Casimir with the steal to Sang. Sang cutting up court. Finds Eisenhut in the corner. It steps into it in rhythm. Can't get it to fall.
That's the shot he likes, falling into that corner. Just a little short. Big rebound for Taylor.
1-on-1, slowed down, on the foul, on the ground.
One of many plays in this game where as a coach you're kind of going, no, 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 and then it works out for you. That was a 1-on-3 with a fresh shot clock in a 3-point game, but Strickland able to draw the foul as Rich heads to the bench with Smelders returning to a nice ovation.
And if you are tuning into the live stream now and you know one of these players, maybe a brother, uncle, cousin, friend, partner, make sure to give them a heads up after the game. Congratulate them on making it to the finals, showing out. Let them know what they can work on, what they did well. You know, be that friend.
There's no losers in a game like this. Just one champion.
And that champion will take home a nice piece of hardware and a waived registration fee for next season.
2 free throws from Strickland there. It looks like each teams are ramping up for the stretch run. Smelders is back out there. Denson back out there for Hoopers Hoop. Tyler West returning for in memory of Eddie Barnett.
Ooh.
Poor bounce. Smelders probably should have used the glass there.
Tipped over the
Get the roll
front.
off the side of the rim.
We are in the championship minutes here with 7 to go. Taylor gets the spin on Eisenhut.
They love to hit him on that left block where he can spin towards the baseline
And here,
towards his strong hand. He's gotten a couple of baskets.
And here we have a
Eisenhut there.
timeout from Hoopers Hoop. I believe each team may only have one timeout left in this game, as it is a 7-point game as we go into timeout. Here we are back after the Hooper's Hoop timeout. Scotty Taylor getting a drink from someone on the baseline there. Trying to figure out what is happening here after the Taylor make.
We've got an officials discussion. These have been minimal tonight. Once again, Strickland, a referee himself,
trying to
asking
sneak
if he
in.
can be of service.
Strickland knows the rule book.
Don't know that he's allowed on the court like that technically when currently not in the game. But this is the round league. The officials have to put up with a lot.
And look at this, a full court pickup. Jones on Denson.
Yeah, we're getting down to winning time now. The defense in the half court is going to start to tighten up quite a bit as they hit Jenkins. Yeah.
Jenkins skips to the corner to Sang. Sang on the drive on Jones. Ooh.
A little behind the back look.
Great.
Jenkins can't convert, though.
Foul on Webb Moreland. Behind the back pass by Sang. Smolder may not have been ready for that one, being right under the basket.
I was just about to say I'm surprised Moreland isn't objecting more to that call, but I just don't think that he realized it was on him yet.
Handoff to Denson between Jenkins. Good side step back. Can't get it to fall.
Denson had Moreland in front of him. I think Jones was stuck in the post on Jenkins. Should have hit him.
One-on-one. Called the foul.
Sang thought that was clean.
Yeah.
Now, it does not go to a stop clock till it's under 2 minutes, so this is valuable time. It continues to burn if you're Hooper's Hoop while Moreland shoots these free throws.
And that's the thing about the way Moreland plays is he initiates contact and lets the officials decide. And this time gets him to the line as Sang disagrees with the call.
Moreland a crafty guy, too. I think he's got the IQ to slow it a little bit down with these free throws. Let that clock tick just a little bit more. Gets 1 out of 2.
8-point ball game here with 5 to go. Again, we're going to see if we can get Eisenhut or Denson in the mix, as they've been primarily the energy for the team with Jenkins coming in there as well.
We're going to get Jones back in the game for Sang. And so I think each team back to their starting 5 that they began the game with to finish it.
And Jones is maybe the X factor here for Hooper's Hoop in the last 5 minutes, is coming off a Monday performance with, I believe, 26 points to lead the team.
He's had some buckets in this one, but far shy of 26. But such a dangerous shooter, capable of knocking down 3 in a 10-second flurry.
And here, in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr., maybe in the timeouts this talk, they've slowed it down a little bit, trying to just get good, clean looks.
Yeah, they're showing a lot more patience, looking to get the ball to Taylor in the post. He was fronted, though. Big 3 from Denson.
There we go. 3-point ball game with 4 to go. And that's the thing, if you're going to slow it down, you're going to want those good, clean looks and hope that those are going in, because as you kill time in the lead and the other team is pushing in transition, you might be giving up a few more opportunities.
Yeah, we're seeing everybody walking up the court right now. In memory of Eddie Barnett, certainly in no hurry.
Good skip over. Great athleticism by Tyler West Jr. with that catch.
Yeah, he does such a good job of moving without the ball. Eisenhut couldn't quite find the angle, but there's Denson.
There you go. Denson gets back to the line. 5-point game. 3 minutes to go.
Once again, the clock will continue to run on these free throws. Kind of shortens the game up a little bit.
But a great turnout here at Viking Pavilion for the Round League Men's Championship. And once again, congratulations to Antes PDX for winning the Women's Championship game before, and all the fans who made it out. Gets it to go. A 3-point game again here, and as Sam mentioned, at under 2 minutes is when the clock starts to stop.
On dead balls, Denson with the last 5 for Hooper's Hoop.
Big time shot by Marquise Hall. Can't get it to go. Denson and Eisenhut balancing out the floor with Jones in the quarter.
Denson trying to take the smaller Jones into the post, but the double came. Eisenhut gets it back to him. Go with the pick and pop.
And they're definitely very aware that Jones is a shooter. Scotty Taylor is not giving him any space.
Yeah.
Smolder with the board.
Taylor essentially face guarding Jones. He's got no help responsibilities right now.
Here we get the foul. Clock has stopped. 3-point game. 2 minutes to go. Jenkins to the line. Been very comfortable there over the past 2 games.
Communication a lot better that trip defensively for in memory of Eddie Barnett, even though Jenkins ends up on the line. They did a nice job of switching Jones and Hall on that 2-man game with Denson and Eisenhut.
That one hurts. Misses the first.
Yeah, it hasn't been a great performance at the line for either team. Does get that one to cut it to 2. Once again, Jones walking it up the floor.
Yep. And this is where a little bit of that fatigue comes into play. You forget about help side defense. You commit late. Scotty Taylor draws the foul.
Taylor has scored on that exact look in the second half about 4 times, where he's caught it on the block and spun towards the baseline. I think that's his second and one he's got off it.
Yeah, and they've all been clean, good looks. 2 of them drawing fouls.
If you're Hooper's hoop, I think you do everything you can to force him towards the middle of the paint on those post-ups.
Got a 4-point game here. Denson to the rack. Oh.
Just couldn't quite get it to fall.
Tough break on that one. Picking up full. Trying to make some pressure for a mistake. Can't get back in transition. Moreland fundamentally off the glass. Jones taking up court. Kicks to Denson to Eisenhut in the corner. Same team.
Doesn't have to be quite this big a hurry with this much time left.
It is a 6-point game with a minute to go. Hall gets his hands on it, can't get back in transition.
Clean block from Hall there.
And that might seal the deal as Hall picks up full court.
Webb Moreland briefly going into the stands to celebrate. Realize we got about a minute left, but a
Scotty
steal from Taylor there.
Marquise Hall again, just
Backs
killing some time. Tyler, bang out.
There's the bang out we wanted from Tyler West in the first half. We get it there, and I think that may be the dagger.
And as we said, in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr., the reigning champs. Also, if you're watching that dunk closely, very happy that Tyler West landed properly there, slipped a little bit on the eye in the Vikings logo. A 10-point game, 33 seconds to go. Just going to continue to pull up from deeper. As we get the ball, gonna call it there, and there you have it.
Congratulations to the repeating champs in memory of Eddie Barnett.
That team led by Jermaine Blackburn, Marquise Hall, DeMarcus Richard, Kalonji Pascal, Mike Simmons, Chris Collins, Earl Jones, Reggie Guyton, Webb Moreland, Bryson Hampton, Alex Chapman, Scotty Taylor, Tyler West, Darius Strickland, Clint Chapman, and Xavier Taylor. And here, good sportsmanship at the end. A great game, great turnout at Viking Pavilion for, in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr., to repeat as champions here. They're going to get a nice piece of hardware. Theoretically get some money back in their pockets, not having to pay the league fee going into next season. That's two seasons in a row.
Yeah, it's as we mentioned, a team that clearly knows each other as well. Tremendous chemistry and a worthy champion, a very difficult team to beat. Every game they played in the postseason, Julian, was a close one, but down the stretch, just rock solid.
And expect to see Hooper's Hoop again next season, fighting for that title. Hooper's Hoop made of Trey Eisenhut, Grant Rogers, Desmond Jones, Isaiah Denson, Jordan Jenkins, Dom Easterling, Rich, Jones Casimir, Mike Sang, Sergio Smith, and Rob Smelder. And you can see them at half court here with their hardware for in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr., getting their shirts.
Hooper's Hooper, terrific team. I would not at all be shocked to see these two in the championship of the next round league season. Hopefully right back here at Viking Pavilion. Shout-outs to Viking Pavilion as well. Tremendous spot to watch a basketball game.
As mentioned at the top, if you know any of these players, congratulate them on the hard work. Win or lose, great season by both teams. And you have your champions 2023 in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr. here at center court. Again, a little bit of a muted celebration here so far, maybe from some of that fatigue, or maybe they're celebrating later.
Yes, I'm sure it will be an extended celebration. I know it would be for me into the night. I'll be celebrating in memory of Eddie Barnett's behalf tonight, whether they want me to or not.
And here we go, the group photo for your champions, once again, in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr. And that concludes the Men's League Championship here at Viking Pavilion. We appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure to follow the Round League on Instagram to stay in touch. Find out if you're interested in playing, seeing what teams are looking for players, maybe to compete against the champions in memory of Eddie Barnett Jr.
And we'll see you next season.